It's that time of the year again where I put forward the one transfer your championship club must sign this summer. Let's not mess about, let's get straight into it. Just as it was last year, this is the place for all championship content this season. The best way to stay up to date with tactical breakdowns after every single match week and unique content just like this one is by subscribing. It's free to do so. Leave a like as well. We're so close to 11,000 subscribers. In the comments down below, let me know who you think your club should sign this summer. Let's begin with Blackburn Rovers and the one person I'm putting forward for them. For Blackburn, I'm putting forward Koki Sato. With Dolan heavily linked with a move away, Blackburn will definitely be in the market for a technical replacement in those attacking zones. And I think Koki Sato could be their man. After a promising loan spell at QPR last season, Sato showed on a number of occasions his unpredictable threat that he can offer in those forward areas. He's ridiculously natural off both feet, excellent on the ball, strong out of possession, and able to provide that crucial output too. In only 25 starts, he finished last season with 3 goals and 3 assists, creating 39 chances and sat in the top 15% for successful dribbles. By no means is he the finished article at 23. He was on loan at QPR last season in a very inconsistent side, but as suitable replacements go, either on loan or permanently, I think this could be a really exciting shout for Blackburn Rovers. It's a brand new era at Bristol City with Struber arriving at Ashton Gate this summer, but the word that keeps coming up time and time again is intensity. With Wells released, a striker will certainly be high on the agenda this summer, and I think Tom van Bergen of FC Groningen would be a brilliant fit. We know Struber likes a well-rounded fighter who is physically robust and relentless in the press. Well, look no further, because in the Eredivisie last season, Van Bergen won back possession in the final third 19 times, won 23 tackles and made 97 recoveries. The bloke is an absolute bloody workhorse. His output might need some work with only 5 goal involvements in 29 starts, but at 21 years of age, a really high ceiling of development. It's beyond exciting. I think Bristol City should be all over this striker option. It looks like Ruben Sellés and Sheffield United are looking for at least one centre-back addition this summer. If true, look no further than Stockport's Ethan Pye, because the left-footed ball-playing centre-back has been immense in League One and is off the back of picking up their player and young player of the season awards as they narrowly missed out on promotion to the Championship. He sat in the top 4% for successful passes last season, touched the ball over 3,000 times and racked up 3 assists from the back as well. Defensively, the 22-year-old was on a different planet. He won 50 tackles, won over 200 duels and made 56 interceptions. Pretty remarkable. He'll be a man in demand for sure, but for the financial backing of Sheffield United, I think it'd be a perfect fit. Ethan Pye to Sheffield United, get it done. West Brom next, with Dean Garner gone, the futures of Tom Fellows and Jed Wallace up in the air. West Brom are in desperate need of some wide reinforcements this summer. For that reason, I'm putting forward Cardiff winger Kian Ashford. During his breakthrough season last year, he racked up 5 goal involvements in just 17 starts, created 13 chances along the way as well. His ball-carrying abilities were on display time and time again last time out. He finished the campaign with 94 progressive carries, with 8 of those ending in a shot on goal. Now, of course, he's 20. He's not the finished article, but with exceptional natural talent and such a high ceiling, it probably wouldn't be the cheapest of options for West Brom, but you could be buying into long-term brilliance. For that reason, Tom Fellows to West Brom, that's what I'm putting forward there. Swansea have started this summer strong, but their hunt for attacking midfielder goes on. So I'm putting forward Jamie Donnelly, who I think could be a really strong addition. Off the back of a sensational loan spell at Leyton Orient last season, the Spurs man should now be targeting the Championship. In League One, he racked up 8 goals and 10 assists, creating the most big chances out of any midfielder in the division, which is pretty impressive on its own. It might be one that happens later on in the window when Tottenham and new man Thomas Frank return from their pre-season travels, but if possible, I think Jamie Donnelly would transform Swansea's approach in the creative zones. Jamie Donnelly to Swansea, he could be the missing piece to their exciting puzzle they're building this summer. QPR have also started pretty strong this summer, but are still on the hunt for a midfielder. With that in mind, Alex Matos is one I just couldn't look past. During the second half of last season, Matos shone for Oxford United on loan from Chelsea. His non-stop running, tenacious work out of possession was remarkable, and on the ball, well, he looked a completely different level. He won 50% of his duels, successfully made 29 tackles, and averaged 2.2 recoveries per 90. There's aspects of his game that are certainly still raw. He's a young player from Chelsea, but that does suggest there's an extremely high ceiling there. He's young, athletic. As all-round midfield options go, I really don't mind it. Oxford need a fair bit of work in numerous areas of the pitch this summer, and in particular, midfield. With Sibley and El Mazzuni clearly not first choice, Rodriguez sold, McEachran released, it's fair to say the centre of the pitch is looking quite light. For that reason, I'm putting forward Blackpool midfielder Albie Morgan. At 25, he's heading into the best years of his career and has shown for a number of seasons now he's a real all-rounder with a great record of strong output. Last season, he racked up 14 goal involvements from central midfield, creating 61 chances, averaging 1.7 key passes per 90. In a row side, he could comfortably operate as that hard-working number 10, importantly with that goal output too, or he could play slightly deeper as a number 8, probably as an understudy to Brannigan. I really like it. We need quality bodies in the centre of the pitch. Albie Morgan, I think it's one Oxford should get done. Pompey are looking for a proper all-round midfielder this summer, and off the back of a pretty impressive loan spell at Wycombe Wanderers, I'm going to suggest Cameron Humphreys. I think it's best to split his offensive and defensive abilities to really understand how all-action this guy is. In League One last season, he racked up 7 goals and 6 assists, creating 45 chances, 11 of which were classed as big chances. Defensively, he's not shy either. He won 200 duels, blocked the most shots for any midfielder in League One last season, and averaged 2.8 ball recoveries per 90. Offensively, defensively, he ticks the boxes. Now, obviously, this move is totally dependent on how Ipswich view the future of Humphreys. Now, they've returned to the Championship, but if he's available and Pompey can get it done, go and do it. He could be the full package you're after in the centre of the pitch, Pompey. Charlton will be looking to strengthen all over the pitch this summer ahead of their return to the Championship, but with Thierry Small confirming his move to Preston already, a right wing-back will certainly be on the shopping list. Introducing Bali Mumba. The attacking wide player has been crucial for Plymouth over the last few years, and even during the relegation last season, continued to show how effective he can be down both flanks, offensively and defensively too. Even during the chaos of their relegation last season, Ballymumba sat in the top 5%, 4 successful dribbles completed by either a fullback or a wingback. We spoke about his relentless work rate down the sides, but that's also reflected with his defensive numbers too. He made 185 recoveries last season and won 190 duels. He'll bring the direct pace and dynamism that Thierry Small had in abundance. Now playing for a League One side, this deal really could be possible, and I think it's a brilliant fit. Derby are severely lacking in the attacking midfield department, so for that reason, I'm putting forward Luton's Thilo Asgard. Now, he only just moved to Luton in January, but even after their relegation to League One, I think he showed enough to suggest his qualities have to remain in the Championship. His close touch control, effective dribbling style, and natural creativity was on display, often even in that struggling side. In the Champ last season, Asgard racked up 13 chances created, successfully completed 22 dribbles, finishing the campaign with 3 goal involvements in just 17 starts. Now, obviously, those numbers are fine, but they're not blowing anyone away, considering he joined that Luton side, though, for half the season and still showed regular glimpses of quality. That feels like a risk worth taking for Derby in my eyes, and it would bring a dynamic edge to the work in the final third they could be missing at the moment. Ipswich on the hunt for a Liam Delap replacement this summer, and I'm putting forward Brighton striker Evan Ferguson. It's been a tricky 18 months for the Irish striker off the back of a frustrating loan spell at West Ham, but he has proved in the Premier League he's got serious ability. When it comes to profile, Ferguson at his best has shown he can be a very effective, combative, physical focal point, but also has the rare blend that makes him a really clinical finisher too. It's hard to believe that he's still only 20 when he burst onto the scene at such a young age, but one thing Kieran McKenna has got a great track record of doing is developing and enhancing young talent. He needs to find his feet again. I think stepping down to the Championship is A really smart move for all parties. And for Ipswich, you get a brilliant striker who has shown he can play at the top level. Norwich are in the market for some attacking reinforcements this summer, so I'm putting forward Hugo Pickard. With 11 goal involvements in League 2 last season, he would bring a totally new dynamic to Liam Manning's side, adding the creativity and pizzazz that was lacking at points last time out. He made the most successful dribbles and touched the ball the most in the opposition box out of any wide player operating in the French second tier. He also created 65 chances, 12 of which were big chances, and averaged 1.9 key passes per 90. An exciting fit, a young player. I think it fits Norwich fantastically well. It seems Stoke are in the market for a centre-back this summer, and off the back of a brilliant loan spell with Reading, I think Tyler Bindon would be a brilliant coup. A championship loan move now looks the right step for Bindon, and with his immense development in the division below, his qualities would drastically improve this Stoke back line. Last season, he was an aerial monster, winning over 70% of his duels in the air, averaging a remarkable 4.2 per 90. His composure on the ball and ability to travel in possession looks strong, accumulating 11 successful dribbles across the campaign. It would be one that potentially happened slightly later when Forest have seen him and had a good look at him in pre-season. But if he isn't made available, Stoke should be absolutely all over this. Watford were short in the attacking areas for large parts of last season, so for that reason, I'm putting forward versatile attacker Rishanel Margaret. Currently playing in the Eredivisie, the right-footed attacker can play out wide and through the middle. Two areas of the pitch that Watford were lacking, like I said, for large aspects of the campaign last time out. Finishing last season with 12 goal involvements in 28 starts. He had a pretty impressive time. His dribbling ability is a sight to behold, completing the most successful dribbles in the Dutch league last season with 76, touching the ball also the most out of any other wideman in the league. Margaret's work rate has to be mentioned too, winning the ball back in the opposition third on 20 occasions and completing the most recoveries for a wide player with 125. With Carl Walker-Peters leaving the club this summer, an attacking right-back should be on the agenda for Southampton. For that reason, I'm suggesting they look at Kane Kesler-Hayden of Aston Villa. Kesler-Hayden is off the back of a brilliant loan spell at Preston during his time in the Championship last season. He made 43 successful dribbles, won 255 of his duels, and racked up 5 goal involvements. His versatility is also a huge strength of his as well, able to operate on both sides and in forward areas of the pitch too. With reports suggesting that Aston Villa need to sell this summer, interest in Kesler-Hayden won't be short, but with the stature and ambitions of Southampton this season, I think it would be a perfect fit. There's a lot of uncertainty at Leicester City, but what is clear is their need for a striker. With Jamie Vardy gone, his understudies are not entirely convincing. Troy Parrott is the name I'm putting forward. We don't know how much Leicester will be spending this summer, but strikers don't come cheap, especially ones that have just finished the season with 14 goals in 27 Eredivisie starts. But if they can do this deal, I think it would be really impressive. His all-round game is represented brilliantly statistically, winning the ball back in the opposition third 23 times last season, whilst also making a remarkable 60 ball recoveries. He is very, very well-rounded. This could be a quite punchy suggestion. It could be one that Leicester simply can't afford, but they need a striker, and ideally one that can bring instant output. And Troy Parrott is doing that right now. It's no secret Birmingham are looking to strengthen in the wide areas this summer, so I'm putting forward Gassama of Sheffield Wednesday. The Frenchman fits the direct, natural ball-carrying profile that Chris Davies is after to an absolute T. Last season, he accumulated 8 goal contributions and created 38 chances along the way. On the ball, he was untouchable at times, absolutely untouchable. He sat in the top 3% for successful dribbles in the Championship, won the most fouls with a total of 110, and actually touched the ball in the opposition box on 153 occasions. Not that Birmingham are short of any cash, it seems, but with Wednesday's financial issues, they could be more inclined to cash in. If so, I think Gassama would be a perfect addition for Birmingham City this summer. It seems Wrexham's transfer policy won't be changing after their promotion to the Championship, so with that in mind, I'm putting forward Josh Windass as a new attacking midfield option. If you're after guaranteed Championship quality with plenty of experience at this level, I don't think you could find a better fit for that position. His versatility is one of his many brilliant assets, and if anything, enhances his achievements of last season, still comfortably providing the output operating in numerous roles on the pitch. Last time out, Josh Windus racked up 13 goals and 5 assists, shining in a Wednesday side that often really struggled to find consistency, tinkering with personnel and approach throughout. Wrexham are after a robust number 10. They want championship quality right now, and with the current situation at Sheffield Wednesday, this move just feels right for all parties. Sheffield Wednesday are in a whole lot of trouble this summer, so it looks like the free market will be their only hope. They need reinforcements at the back, especially as I'm putting forward Mason Holgate on a free transfer. He's recently been released by Everton off the back of a decent loan spell at West Brom, and to be honest, at this point, they simply just need bodies. Last season, Mason Holgate won 4.2 duels per 90, which is above average for a championship defender, 4.8 clearances per 92, and interestingly, created 10 chances. Obviously, we have no idea what Sheffield United are going to do. I don't even think Sheffield United fans know what they're going to do. But when it comes to defenders who are currently free agents, Mason Holgate, I think, would be a sensible pickup, if that is doable. I'm not entirely sure. With Hayden Hackney's future in the air, Middlesbrough are looking for a midfielder, and I think they should look at Tyler Morton of Liverpool. After a brilliant loan spell at Hull City 2 seasons ago, Liverpool decided to keep him around the first team, but it now feels like the right time to go and play football week in, week out. Last time Tyler Morton was in the champ, he racked up 8 goal contributions, he created 36 chances and averaged 1.2 key passes per 90. We all know about Hackney's passing ability and his amazing work with the ball, decided to progress the ball up the pitch too. I really do believe Tyler Morton could be an excellent replacement to those attributes. With Woodman leaving, Preston need a new goalkeeper. I think Josh Keeley would be a very strong suggestion. Off the back of a brilliant loan spell with Leyton Orient in League One, it seemed to step up to the Championship is on the cards next. The Tottenham loanee prevented the most goals in League One last season with 9.72, finishing the campaign with 16 clean sheets and a save percentage of over 75%. He's got all of the traits of a modern-day goalkeeper, more than happy to have the ball at his feet, operating as a sweeper keeper if he needs to. For Orient, he acted as a sweeper on 39 occasions and was the only goalkeeper to manage assist in League One too. As loan options go for goalkeepers in the champ, I don't think Preston could do much better than Josh Keeley. Coventry conceded more goals than Derby and Hull last season, with a pretty severe weakness on the left side of their back line. For that reason, I'm putting forward Aaron Cashim. The left-footed centre-back moved to Brighton in January, but since then has only managed to rack up 19 Premier League minutes. With that in mind, a loan move to the Championship looks extremely likely. Comfortable in playing in a back 4 and a back 3, Cashim was one of the best centre-backs in League One 2 seasons ago and looked more than comfortable in his first 6 months as a Championship defender too. Last season, he sat in the top 10% for both tackles and interceptions compared to every other Championship centre-back, averaging 5.6 ball recoveries per 90. On the ball, he's just as good. In his last season in League One, he completed 216 accurate long passes, whilst interestingly also managing to create 21 chances. If the reports are correct and Cashin is going to be available for a loan this summer, Coventry should absolutely be all over this. Another season, another manager to recruit for at Hull City, but it does look like a striker will be on the list this summer, and after winning the Golden Boot in League One, I think Charlie Kelman would be a brilliant fit. His future at QPR is unknown, but something we do know is there aren't many more in-form strikers than Charlie Kelman currently on the market. Last season, he scored 21 goals from an XG of just over 18, racked up the most shots on target in the division and touched the ball in the opposition box 194 times. We don't know a whole lot about the new Hull City manager, but something we have heard a lot is his focus on strong transitional play, something that Kelman was so effective at last season. In fact, during his time at Orient, he recovered the ball 87 times, won the ball back in the opposition third on 34 occasions, the most for a striker in the division. There's no doubt Kelman's prolific form last season would have boosted his value dramatically, but if QPR still want to cash in, Hull City should be all over this. Whether Tanganga does leave Millwall this summer, it seems the Lions are looking to strengthen their options at the back regardless. With that in mind, I think they should look at Luton's Mark McGuinness. Now, on face value, a relegated centre-back doesn't seem like the most appealing option, but when you delve into things a little bit deeper, just hear me out. The man mountain was immense in the air last season. He sat in the top 1% for aerial duels won compared to every player competing outside of Europe's top 5 leagues. In the Championship, obviously, he won the most. He made the most blocks for a Championship defender, intercepted the ball on 51 occasions, and interestingly, had the most touches for a centre-back in the opposition box. He found the net 3 times and also registered 3 assists along the way. Don't be put off by the disaster that was Luton Town last season, because within that mess, there's a sensational centre-back there that I think Millwall should be absolutely all over.